everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be the best products that I've tried in 2022. I know a lot of people did this in December, but I wanted to wait until the new year. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Most of these products were released in 2022, but I think a few of them were maybe released before that. However, I tried them for the first time in 2022. So this is my channel and I'm counting it as a 2022 best of. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet. And with that, let's just get started talking about these products. All right. So I only chose for this video one product from every category. I know sometimes there's other channels who do multiple products, just their best of for 2022, but I really wanted to challenge myself and just go through each category and decide what was the number one product in that category. So I will only have one product per category. Stick around for Thursday's video because I'll be doing the worst of 2022. But let's just get started with foundation. I have no primers, so I did not include primer category because I just didn't try any new primers. No primers are really sticking out to me, and I just figured I might as well skip it. So we're gonna start with foundation, and the foundation that was my favorite, hands down, was the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint. I have the shade Light 4, so I did do a wear test on this foundation, I want to say like summertime, and since then, this has been my all-time favorite foundation. I love this. Normally, the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow, that was my number one foundation, but this one, I can't stop wearing it. Even when I have it not in Shop My Stash, I have other foundations I'm trying to get through. I pull this one out all the time. It's the perfect light, just teetering on light medium coverage. It gives a natural finish. It's long wearing. It is everything that I want in a foundation. Not only all those things, but it's just really fast to apply. And I can't get enough of this. The only thing I just hate is the dropper application, but I'm willing to get over it because this foundation, it's just inexpensive. I think this is under $30 for a Sephora foundation. I feel like this foundation launch was a little bit swept under the rug. You think Beauty Blender, you're not really thinking foundation, you're not really thinking makeup, you're only thinking of the makeup sponge, and this is just a winner. I haven't tried any other Beauty Blender products, but if their makeup products are anything like this, I will absolutely give them a chance because this was so good. On to concealer. If you've watched any of my videos, I think I've made this very, very clear what my favorite concealer is, and that is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I have the shade 2.7N Coconut Flakes. I love this concealer. I mean, this is obviously a best of, but this is the perfect medium to full coverage concealer. It doesn't crease. It gives a perfect amount of coverage. It covers all of my dark circles. I don't really have fine lines and wrinkles under my eyes. I mostly just suffer from dark circles, but this does not move. It gives a flawless finish. Every time I'm wearing this concealer and I see it when I'm editing back my videos, I can't stop looking at my under eyes because they just look so smoothed out and blurred and perfect. Out of all the concealers I have, which is quite a few, this is the one that I just go back to over and over and over again. It is a concealer. I like to just give pros and cons, right? So this is a concealer that you can't wear with a skin tint. I wouldn't wear it with that light of coverage, but if you're wearing a light coverage foundation, you could still get away with this. Like I can wear both of these together and they look beautiful. But if it's just like a skin tint or you're doing a concealer day, that's it. This might be a little too full coverage. It'll be noticeable, but other than that, it is a very versatile concealer and it goes great with everything. It's not too matte. It's not too luminous. They call it a luminous matte, and that's really what it is. It's very hard to explain, but it has like a radiant sheen while still setting down and giving you that matte look. I just can't see how any concealer is going to beat this in the future. I keep going back to this one over and over again. Now, the last base product I have before going into complexion is powder, and I tried some really good powders this year. I didn't try too many, but I don't think I had a bad powder that I tried. Well, I must have if I'm going to put it in the worst. We'll have to wait and see. But the best powder that I tried hands down that I use even on the days that I don't wear makeup, is this Givenchy pressed powder. So this powder is supposed to be the pressed version of their infamous Prism Libre powder. It has the 4 colors, and as you can see, mine is just worn down. I recently just put tape on it to pick up the hard pan, and I already have hard pan again because I use it basically every day, and that's hard for me to say for a powder. I really try to switch up my products, but this is the #1 powder I wear on the days that I don't wear makeup. So after I put my skincare on, I don't really like that super glowy look, especially after you put SPF on. You know what I'm talking about, when like your skin just looks wet still. So I always use this powder. It just takes down the shine and blurs my face into this perfect filter. I can't explain it. You can even see it on camera when I applied this powder, when I tried it on video. It just blurs your skin like no other. It's better than the Hourglass. It's better than any of those finishing powders. This is the perfect powder that's ever existed. I don't even want to try the loose version because I just prefer a pressed powder. And honestly, like even I've only had this a couple months, and even like the logo is starting to disappear. And I can't say that for a lot of my products because I have quite a bit of products to get through. So it's rare that I reach for something over and over and over again. And this is probably, if I had to say, my most used product of 2022. If I had to just pick a product that I always go back to, it is this powder. You should really give it a shot, see what you're missing. I haven't tried the loose powder, but I'm not even interested. This fits every single check mark that I need in a powder. I don't think I can turn back from this after trying it. Now for complexion products, blush, bronzer, highlight. Most of these came out in 2022. We're first gonna go over a blush, and this is another Givenchy product. I don't know what it is about this brand. I haven't tried a lot from them, but everything I did try, I thoroughly enjoyed. This is the Prism Libre blush, and I have the shade 4 Organza Cien. The only thing about this is it's a loose blush. So it does have 4 quadrants, kind of like the loose powder. You can see here, it does have this perfect puff here. So it is mess-free, which I love. I hate powders that just create a huge mess. This has no mess. It's so easy. You just pour a little bit in the cap here and tap it out, and it applies beautifully. This blush blew me away. I've never had a blush where just the next day I'm thinking about the products I want to wear and I've wanted to wear this blush, even though it's a loose blush, because let's be honest, loose blush, that's a pain in the ass. But this color and the way that it just looks on your skin, it's so filtered. It just, anything you wear, it doesn't stick to. Even when I'm wearing a foundation and I don't powder it before I go in with the blush, it doesn't get all patchy regardless of the foundation. Like, it's not a foundation issue. This just blends into your skin with no issues. I love the color. I think it's great for fall, spring, summer, winter, all the seasons. It's just a great universal shade. I looked at the other shades, but none of them really called to me like this one. I'm not sure if it's a matter of just loving the shade or the formula more. I think it's a mixture of both, but none of the other shades really called for me. I'm happy with just this one. I plan on continuing to use this. This, I just think Givenchy products in general kind of just get swept under the rug. They get silent released at Sephora. No one really talks about them. But now that I've tried these 2 products, I'm a little bit hooked and I want to try more products from them. Moving on to bronzer, I have a cream bronzer, and this was love at first application. Instantly just fell in love with this product, and I'm talking about the Nars cream bronzer. I have the shade 2 Laguna, the original version. They did like a soft release of this, and then they did a more expanded release of this later on. And this is just the perfect color for me. Like, you can see the dip that I've made in this. I did a beauty battle between this one and the ABH cream bronzer. And this one, just the color is so much better than the ABH, and I haven't looked back. I really enjoy a more cool tone bronzer, and this it gave everything that I wanted in a cream bronzer. I think I like this better than the Chanel cream bronzer. Any cream bronzer I've tried, I like it better than a lot of my powder bronzers even. I haven't been able to stop reaching for it. I use it quite a bit. Most of my products just don't look this used and worn. I try to keep things fairly clean, but I just can't stop reaching into this. I love it. Again, it goes with all the seasons. It's the perfect just contour bronzer shade. If those are the kinds of bronzers that you really like, you can layer this on top with a powder bronzer if you want more of that golden bronze look. You don't want it too cool toned. So it can serve as a contour or a bronzer depending on your preferences. But the people that I see talk about this bronzer absolutely love it, but I don't see it talked about that often. If you're in the market for a cream bronzer, check that one out. I think it's highly underrated. I'm gonna be doing my declutter series soon now that the new year started. It's been about 6 months. Bronzers are one that's on my list to film, and I might be getting rid of most of my bronzers because really that one, it just ticks all the boxes of what I want in a cream bronzer. For a highlight, this product was not released in 2022, but it's the first time that I've tried it, and I don't know what took me so long. So this is the Fenty Beauty, and it is their Diamond Balm. I have the shade Royal Icing. First Diamond Balm that I've tried. This is the only shade that I tried. This is beautiful. I was so surprised. I knew that it had been hyped up, but I really didn't understand the reasoning behind the hype, and now I understand. This is a beautiful, beautiful highlight. I thought that it was going to be so glittery. It just wasn't going to be something that I liked, but everyone talked about it, so I thought I would give it a chance. And even, on the back of my hand here, like this looks glittery, just straight up glitter. But on the cheeks, it is magical. I can't even explain it. It doesn't look glittery. It just looks like this sparkle water on your face. Everything that I'm wearing, I will have down in the description box below. I'm not wearing it today, but it is a stunning, stunning highlight. I just recently tried this highlighter in December, and I haven't been able to put it down. It goes perfect with everything. I put it on my cheekbones, I put it on my eyes. I know highlighter is like on its way out. Not for me, and not after trying this highlight. I can't stop wearing it. It just is special. It's just special. I wish that they had a mini of it because I'll never go through this, but I'm happy with the shade that I have. I'm considering picking up the original, the How Many Carats, because that was the one that really just like shot the Diamond Balm through the roof, I think, on being viral. But I am happy with this shade. I think I'll maybe go through this a little bit before I consider buying the How Many Carats. This is worth the hype though. Can't believe it. If you haven't tried it yet like me and you've just been hesitant because you think it's going to be pure glitter, try it anyways. I know that they did have a holiday set that had a mini of the Diamond Balm with something else in it. So I'm not sure what shade that was, but if you're interested, I would maybe check that out because it's a good way to try it and just see if you like it before finding the shade or getting a full-size version of it. The last product that I have here is my favorite eyeshadow palette. This, I knew instantly what it was going to be. It is the Chanel Tweed in the shade 4 Brune et Rose. This is so beautiful. It's just beautiful. I have no other words to describe it. It's so boring. It's so plain, but the amount of times I've reached for this is the reason it's my number one. I didn't want to just go on something that I thought was the best. I wanted to go also on practicality, the amount that I use it. So while this color story might not be everyone's cup of tea, I use this all the time. The formula is beautiful. Out of the 4 quads, I did only pick up 3 of the quads, but this one had the best formula of the 3. This gold shade here is like this topper shade. It's just all that subtle sophistication that I love from Chanel eyeshadows. It packs a punch without being too much. It's very good for day, night, anything. I wear this eyeshadow quad quite a bit. Whenever I have something special or a little bit more fancy to go to, this is the quad that I reach for because it just makes me feel good. I know I can rely on the look that I'm gonna get. It's quick, it's easy. I think that this is sold out now. I know that the Chanel Tweeds were limited edition, and I'm not sure if they still have shades of them. At least on the French website, the Brune and Rose was sold out, but the American site, there might be some on different Chanel websites. They're not all interlinked. If you can get your hands on that one, I absolutely would. Not only is it just an exceptional palette, the details with the tweed pouch, everything A to Z is perfection with this quad. I'm so glad that I picked it up. I almost considered picking up a backup, and I have a hard rule on just no backups because I know I'll never get through full-size product. There's no reason for me to spend my money getting a backup, and I almost broke the rule for this quad because I love it so much. It is absolutely worth every penny that I spent on that eyeshadow quad. And that's all my products. I wanted to keep it very short and sweet, to the point of just some of my favorite products from 2022. Hopefully this video was helpful and you liked it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.